What are the innovations that are found in funerals? So many. A lot of innovations that people are engaged in the Muslim world. We've mentioned this so many times. Among them is reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, or Quran, or Ayat al-Kursi, or Surah Al-Ikhlas, Qul Huwallahu Ahad. It's an innovation. Anyone who objects to that, you tell them, was it reported that the Prophet did it, ﷺ, his companions, the tabi'een, tabi'at tabi'een? The answer is definitely no. Then this is a clear innovation. Also, to gather so that people would give their condolences. Gathering in a place and announcing that this place is where the family of the deceased are gathered so that you go and give your condolences, this is an innovation that was not done by the Prophet ﷺ. Yes, if people come to visit the house of an individual, they would find him sitting there in his house. Not that the siblings, the children, and the relatives all gather in one place. This is not part of the sunnah. Nor to hire a qari, a person to come and to recite the Quran. We give them money to do so while people are listening, and then after 5-10 minutes they give their condolences and leave. This is also a bid'ah, like the scholars had mentioned. Among the prohibited acts is to make the graves high or plastering over them. This is what the Prophet ﷺ prohibited, as per the hadith of Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him. He said to Abu al-Hayyaj al-Asadi, shall I not send you on the same mission as the Prophet ﷺ had sent me? He sent me saying to me, do not leave any image without erasing. These are portraits or pictures. And do not leave any raised grave, elevated grave, without leveling it. Of course, as we said, we can have a handspan over the grave just to identify that it is a grave so that people would not step on it. Other than that, plastering it, building it with bricks and putting tombs on it, all of this is totally haram. Among the innovations is to designate a specific day to visit the graveyards, such as the first Thursday, or after 40 days from the death of the deceased, or a year, their anniversary, or at the night of Eid. All of these are totally un-Islamic and not from the Sunnah. And likewise, wearing black. Some cultures, they insist that part of their mourning is to wear black, especially for women. They would never wear any other than black. Or some would put a ribbon hanging pictures of the deceased. And this is totally haram to hang pictures. To add insult to injury, they put these black ribbons on them. All of this is not from the Sunnah. And it's also not from the Sunnah to put a tombstone. Or some people put signs and they write, born in year so-and-so, died in year so-and-so, he was a good father, a good son, a good husband, blah, blah, blah. All of this is totally bogus and not from the Sunnah, and it would lead to shirk on later on stages. And this is what we find in so many countries where people come and worship such tombs and dargahs and graves, especially if it is of righteous people. Now, it is prohibited for women to visit the graveyards, as the most authentic opinion, because of their being fragile and too soft, that they may wail and cry and raise their voices and do inappropriate things. And likewise, to follow the funeral when taken to the graveyard. This is to be done by men and not by women, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد.